tomato leaf, passion fruit, grass, peaches, cat pee, or boxwood if you're more polite. It's hard to believe that these are all descriptors for just one grape. What is it that is so special about this one grape, and how can one variety cover all of those different flavors? Well, today we are going to explore just such a grape, Sauvignon Blanc. Hi there, I'm Jacqueline for Vero, and we go around the world searching out wild and scarce, hard-to-find wines to bring to the US for consumers, businesses, and distributors to enjoy. While we do like to discover new grapes and varieties, sometimes unexpected pleasures can be found from common varieties, but in new places. For us, Sauvignon Blanc is just such a story. First, we're going to talk about the grape. Then, we will look at some unique places where it actually flourishes outside of well-known places like France or New Zealand. Sauvignon Blanc traces its ancestry to France in Bordeaux. Its name is believed to come from the French for wild or sauvage, as it is actually a very vigorous, fast-growing vine that grows kind of like a wild plant almost. A white grape, it can be used to make some of the most delicious and prestigious dry white wines out there. This is partly due to its aromatic or semi-aromatic nature, where herbaceous, grassy, yet deeply ripe, sweet, fruity notes can come through. This is, in fact, why Sauvignon Blanc is such a beautiful grape. Depending on the location and the winemaking style, vastly different iterations can come through. Yet, at the core, there is still usually very distinct characteristics that somehow will always point a well-trained nose or palate towards that grape. This is why, if you don't like the cat pee aroma that is typical of a Sancerre French Sauvignon Blanc, you might like a grassy tomato leaf herbaceous one from New Zealand. But what about other options? I mean, Sauvignon Blanc is grown in more places than just two. In fact, we have not one, not two, but three Vero producers that are off the beaten path making delicious wines with Sauvignon Blanc. They are Thaia in the Czech Republic, Chameleon in Austria, and Vigna Petrusa in Italy. First we're going to look at is Thaia in the Czech Republic. A really neat winery. There's a lot of their grapes that come from within the boundaries of a local national park. They're a great example of versatility in their Sauvignon Blancs, and they make a few different types of them. But like the one that we tasted in our Vero talk that I will link down below in the description with Thaia winemaker Jakub Smrka, a little low aging will bring out almost coffee-like notes that are mixed with grapefruit and poblano chilies. But overall, being a cooler climate, they also have unique microclimates that produce really nice diurnal shifts, all things a good Sauvignon Blanc loves. Next, we move to Italy and look at the Vigna Petrusa winery in Friuli, Venezia Giulia. Winemaker Hilde Petrusa focuses on crafting a more floral version of the grape, minimizing the grassy, herbaceous notes with a later harvest that, when grapes are super ripe, help to leave a characteristic herby undertone to the grape. But with her iteration of Sauvignon Blanc and that late harvest, it's been described as if a New Zealand wine and a French Sancerre wine had a baby Sauvignon Blanc. Now, both of these wineries, Thaia and Vigna Petrusa, we've done previous videos on in the past. I'll have those producer profile videos linked below. If you haven't seen them, I highly recommend you check them out. But it also might mean that you are not currently subscribed to Vero here on YouTube or to our newsletter. So click the subscribe button below and head to verovino.com to sign up for the newsletter to always be notified when new videos and articles and content drop. But back to Sauvignon Blanc. The last winery that I'm going to look at today is Chameleon from Austria. In fact, to taste today, I have three amazing iterations of the grape that all come from young rockstar winemaker Michi's vineyards. A classic stainless steel aged wine, a fun and funky orange version, and the most interesting of all, a Sauvignon Blanc blend of vineyards and vintages. While the winemaking styles are all very different between these three wines, they do have their commonalities. A young, passionate winemaker carrying on family traditions, interesting schist slate soils, and all coming from the unique area of South Styria in Austria, where they are known for premier Sauvignon Blancs. But now it's time to learn through tasting. We're going to see the versatility of Sauvignon Blanc. All right, so first up on our list is our classic Sauvignon Blanc. So this is only stainless steel aged. We have a nice bright color. Ooh, a lovely lemongrass, very herbaceous nose. A hint of fruit coming through, but definitely more, this is a Sauvignon Blanc more on the herbaceous side. I love that. Very laser-like acidity. You feel it right away. Lots of flavors of lemon pith, lime, grapefruit in here. I still get definitely a herbaceous undertone to it. So I get kind of, not quite rosemary, but maybe like a lemongrass type flavor on my retro palate. It's so clean, fresh, and simple. Definitely lives up to its name of classic. We are going to move on to the orange wine iteration from Michi Lorenz. This wine is left in skin contact, maceration on the skins. All right, so we are looking at Halo, the orange wine. The name actually comes from the vineyard, where from the vineyard that Michi gets these grapes, there is a church on the hill up above, and when the light is just right, there's a halo around the church. All right, oh, big difference in the color here. Beautiful, beautiful color. I absolutely adore it. So on this nose, I get a lot more fruit type aromas. I smell the passion fruit really coming through here, but it's mixed with a lot of orange wines will get kind of that almost dried fruit type characteristic. So I get that through it a little bit, almost like a dried apricot, but it's not quite that. Very complex. I think I could just smell and smell and smell this wine, and I could consistently find a new descriptor every time. So that is totally different than the other one. We still have that same acidity. The flavors here are much more mellowed out. Here, they're much more ripe flavor. I do taste a little bit of that passion fruit. I taste some lemon in there, but it's all very sweet type flavor. It has kind of a, almost like a lemon pith type finish to it as well. All right, we've seen a classic, we've seen an orange. I am so excited to taste this last one now. So this is the one, Schist Happens. Now, all of Michi Lorenz's vines are planted on schist soil. So here's the joke, schist happens. And this wine is a blend of different vineyards, different vintages. So this is where Michi Lorenz really shines and gets to just craft the wine he loves. So much more of a yellow color, where the first one was kind of a yellow-green, the second one was a little bit more orange. This one is definitely just lemon drop yellow. I get, wow, a lovely blend of the two different styles. So I get here super herbaceous, I get the tomato leaf, I get the grass, I get the herbs. But then you take another sniff and you get the passion fruit and you get the peaches. Wow, okay, I've got to figure out what this is. So it's not quite as acidic as the other two. It doesn't have quite the same level of acidity, but it's also nice and round. It's very, very well balanced in terms of a sipping wine. Again, just like we had on the nose, we get on the palate this beautiful balance of aromatic herb flavors with really ripe fruit, so passion fruit, peach. There's also that nice minerality to it. This wine has been built, it has been crafted with love. Michi has taken each vintage, each vineyard, tasted them, and decided which of the best he wants to display here. All right, we have tasted all three. All three different. We have super herbaceous and classic grassy Sauvignon Blanc in our classic. We get that ripe fruity notes in our Halo. Then we get this awesome blend of the best of both worlds in Schist Happens. So I think if you really want to explore Sauvignon Blanc, this is a great exercise to see what the grape can actually give you by just tweaking a little bit of your winemaking style. Like I said, this is a lineup that wine connoisseurs and novices alike could benefit from and enjoy to learn. So how can you participate? Head to the Vero shop on verovino.com to find all three of these wines that are available for purchase. We can ship them directly to you, or you can contact us for wholesale pricing. I'll have the shop link and all three of these wines linked down below. There's also a Sauvignon Blanc Explorer set that you can try different Sauvignon Blancs from different wineries. So this gives you different winemaking styles and different locations that you can experiment with to see where is your new favorite location for Sauvignon Blanc. This will really help either a wine lover or a learner a chance to see just how much winemaking style and terroir will influence the grape. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this exploration and experimentation with Sauvignon Blanc. If you did, please leave a like below and don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube and to our newsletter. I will see you in the next video, which might be this one here. Bye.